Well, it would have been cool to do an actual video on this, but I guess it's leaving tomorrow. So this might be all you see of it. I really, really love the 6120 with the slanted hood. Sweet little tractor. But they better hope my baler works. That's all I got to say. And this is probably all you'll see of this rig.
First cut grass alfalfa mix. Evan's cutting the headlands for me. And then I'll cut the rest of the field. Field number 1 is complete. And we're on to field number 2, just getting the headland started. And just like that, field number 2 is a wrap.
What beautiful hand weather. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Now, is it gonna be done long enough to get a little bit of hay made? Just look at what we've been dealing with. I've never dealt with this much mud feeding in the summertime. The rye that we took off and put corn in was sprayed. Corn's coming up good, but this is just ridiculous. We got this overripe first cutting alfalfa field that we're gonna cut, and then see what else we get into. But we gotta knock this 30 acres out for sure. We are on 4th headland pass. You can see how large this stuff is. We are cutting right at 10.1, 10.2 miles an hour. And it is picking it up halfway decent. I mean, I'd say definitely acceptable. Because that stuff, if you go out there and hold it up, it's over my waist. So there's a lot of material jam-packed on the ground. And it's wet because it rained. And it's still early. It is probably at 10 o'clock. None of the moisture is burned off yet. But I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when you look out in the field, I would call this past bloom, if that is a stage. It's the weather we've been dealt, and especially if it don't get rained on, it'll make beef cow hay. Gotta love growing alfalfa.
of the first cut pure alfalfa. A couple weeks later than we would have liked to cut it, but you gotta go by the weather.
All right, here comes Matthew G. Moran. 742, 130, 215. 317.17 feet.
Gonna go out and start tedding. Taking advantage of the Barrero hose reel. Check them out. Awesome product. Gotta run a load of alfalfa, new crop, to the barn. Amanda's gonna go and take the 4366 and 3950 and work our last ground that needs to be planted. That's gonna put in a tep grass.
Fueling up, getting to use our super handy Barrero hose reel.
Quick $450, $470 fill up. She's out of here. It's funny how you guys on social media really love this tractor out of all the ones we have, and I'm kind of right there with you. Best bang for your buck that we've bought. Be nice if she was pulling like a 35, 38. Yeah, probably not 38. 32, 35 foot digger would be really nice. And we are rolling off to East Central Livestock. Looks like she's about done with the big field. Gotta go across the road, and there's 16 acres left for how green this was, and you guys can still see. At least I assume the camera's picking it up. This worked up really good for hitting it one pass. So we'll let this get rained on tomorrow night, Tuesday. Do a finishing pass, land roll it, and air seed the top box. Actually halfway impressed. This piece was pretty ugly. Not gonna lie, this kind of makes me want to go hook up to the corn planter again. I mean, it's only, I don't know, 21st, 22nd. She'd still make silage corn. Yeah, you can see that disc is working nice. Way too green. Typically we would only single pass it, but I'm trying to get some footage for you, but the chisel plow is a little rough. Hang on, guys. Hopefully we don't get ran over in the process. Put you in reverse. That's enough fun for this afternoon.
Folding up to head to the next field.
Beautiful Sunday evening. Sun's going down, and I don't know if you can pick it up, but the two-stroke tiller is going. Amanda's tilling the garden. Two-stroke smoke smell is in the air. a great way to end the beautiful evening. We'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Morning! Just out here checking this alfalfa to see if Amanda can rake while I run that load of heifers up to the sale barn. So it looks like it's going to be questionable, but we got thunderstorms coming in. Slight tonight and then severe tomorrow. It'd be sure nice to have preservative on my baler. It's not like I paid for it or anything, but I think we're going to have to roll it up either way. It'll make grinding hay, I guess, which is a shame. And then we got a bunch of grass hay to bale today that will be perfectly fine. So hopefully the baler works. Amanda's gonna rake, and I'm gonna run that load of heifers to the sale barn. They're already loaded. So there's actually a line this morning at the sale barn. This might be a little bit bigger feeder sale than I was expecting. Which I don't know, good or bad. How do you think they're gonna sell, guys? Good, bad? Hopefully they bring what they bring, right? Raking in third gear high, I think. Actually be a fair amount of bales out here. Everybody's got little raking tractors until you get a big rake like this in the hills. Not saying you need all 140 horse that this one has, but doesn't hurt anything. 11 miles an hour.
165, 7.5. 165, 7.5 on the money. 165, $6. 165, $6. No, $6. 165, $6. 165, $6. No, $6. 166. 165, $6. No, $6.
Probably already showed it in this video, but this Briero hose reel that they sent us sure is coming in handy. Definitely go check out what Briero has. So no more crowd in the shed. Can fuel multiple pieces of equipment. Beautiful day. Chasing the rake. She's only stopped because we're throwing codes. Go figure. Come on, let's get to going. You behave now.
You see the babies?
field of grass. I don't know if you can pick that up, but we're running 8.2 miles an hour. Nothing to brag about in this field as far as yield. But that's gonna be the story of this year. Zeros and heroes. So I think there'll be some record fields, record high and record low. Weigh this one, 16% moisture, which is, don't have any trust in that because it's not reading worth a shit. I'm gonna weigh this bale. This bale, 632. Tell me how that's possible. I don't know. I could show you the laundry list of codes that we got, but not going to go there because at least it's making round things and putting net on them at the moment. Well, I lost my spot in the chariot. Amanda is taking off and she's going to bale this alfalfa behind the cows. And me and the kids are going to take the farm truck and gooseneck and go haul the bales we baled the grass hay to get in the shed. So it's about 8:14 at night, and them kids rolled that small bale over to that big one so they could climb up it. That is exactly what farm life is all about. "11 minutes after 9. Last 3 full bales and a partial. Beautiful evening. Gonna unload these, throw these in the shed, give them crybabies up there a broken bale, 2 chores, and I'll call it a night. Catch up with you guys in the morning. Well guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. Baling day 3. Got 519 bales made so far this year. We're knocking on July's door. We're way behind. Things are going to get interesting here. Hopefully we get some weather to really bank some bales out. Improve that bale number. That is horrible for knocking on July's door. But yeah, right now we're going to start a different project. Try to maybe go fencing for a little bit since we got 7 days of flipping rain in the forecast. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Really help us out. Hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our goal. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good week, everybody.